Hey guys, Uncommon Ramen here. Today I wanted to take a look at a game that's not exactly new, but it is a little bit newer. Dead of Winter, The Long Night. We're gonna do a quick unboxing of this. I just got this. It's still relevant, I think, because Warring Colonies just came out, so I figure I'll take a look at this and then I'll do a video on Warring Colonies. So the box is pretty heavy. This is a standalone. Where is it? Expansion. So you can play this by itself, or I suppose you could probably mix certain components together. Wow, that's heavy. So I guess this is where the weight's coming from. Take a look at this first. That's a lot of cardboard. And it looks like this right here must be the player board, or one of them. I'm a big fan of the Dead of Winter Crossroads game. I didn't get to kickstart it when it came out, but I did pick it up when it became available, long after it became sold out forever. And it's actually a really incredibly fun game. I know that they have zombies in this game, and a lot of people are not a big fan of that. But this game, at least the first game, tried to make zombies kind of a side thought. Like, there was more to it than just the zombies, obviously with the betrayal, possibility of betrayal, and just the survival mechanics in general, as well as the Crossroads. The game was about the Crossroads, let's be honest. So this is a quick look at the rule book here. It's exactly the same, with some minor changes, obviously, because they added some things into this expansion. If you are an avid follower of Dead of Winter, then you know about Raxon, which was kind of secretly launched by Plaid Hat Games. I know that they were giving away, I guess, business cards for a pre-purchase for the game at one of the conventions, but beyond that there wasn't a whole lot of information. And Raxon, while it's not an expansion to Dead of Winter, it is set in the Dead of Winter universe, and it's sort of the culprit, or from what I understand anyway, the culprit behind the zombies, and really in this expansion why some of the zombies look unusual. And as well, if you pick up Raxon, they do have 2 survivors in there for the Dead of Winter game, and this is what I was talking about when I was talking about the unusual zombies. This is just some group of experiments that Raxon, there you go, had something to do with. Raxon itself, I would love to do a video on in the future. Right now, I have not picked it up, but at some point in time, I do intend on picking it up just to kind of show it off. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a cooperative game, cooperative survival. So, should be interesting. But, yeah, that's the rule book for Dead of Winter, The Long Night. Take a look at, I assume these player sheets are going to be exactly the same. Round summary, turn phase, colony phase, player turn actions. Yeah, I mean, they're exactly the same. So, like I said, standalone. If you have the first game, then you have these sheets, and they're the same quality, no different. Just yeah. So this is the player board. Trying to get enough room here so I can put that on the ground. I haven't played Dead of Winter in a very long time, so I don't remember if this picture right here is the same, but I'm betting that it's different. And I think that's because this is supposed to represent a completely different colony, even though the rest of this is exactly the same. Yeah, this just represents a different colony, and you'll get more into that when I get into my next video about Dead of Winter. But for now, I'm not going to spoil anything. This is just the player board. Looks 100% the same with some minor differences. Tons of punch boards. I would love to bore you with the details of me punching out all of these punch boards, but I will spare you for the moment. Although I will take out some of these zombies so you can take a look. Don't get caught. What a failure. Anyway, if you look on them, there is, come on, focus, boils all over them, and that's something I think that's new to this set of zombies, and that has everything to do with the Raxon facility and how that is tied into this universe. So definitely worth checking out Raxon for the record. And then if you look at the main facilities, we got the police station, the grocery store, the school, the library, the hospital, and the gas station. These didn't really change all that much. It's pretty much the same thing. But then they add on this lovely guy called the Graveyard. And these guys, which are mercenaries or just some other colony that does not agree with your particular colony. Oh, and I guess they ended more. Oh, well, it fell out. But here's Raxon itself, the infamous reason these zombies exist. It's not very Umbrella Corpish, but you know. And then, of course, the bandit hideout. You can't have anything without a bandit hideout in a zombie universe. I think that has its own set of rules. It looks like it would. But having not played it, I wouldn't know. Let's take a look at some of these guys. So this is where you're going to see some of your characters and some of the newer zombies, like this dude and Dudette. I guess there's two. Some of the new characters. This guy is blind and somehow managed to live through the zombie apocalypse, which is indicative of greater powers. A very witch-looking and obviously sentient zombie. A child zombie, which is terrifying. If you ever see in a zombie apocalypse a child on the floor crying with a doll, just walk away. Just trust me, it's better for your survival. And a monkey who apparently was smarter than a bunch of humans. But yeah, just a whole bunch of new characters. Can't wait to dive into that. And we'll take a look at the deck too, because I'm far more interested in that than I am the cardboard here. But and there's more zombies. Got some two-headed zombies. That's terrifying. I mean, as soon as I started seeing some of these things, I would have been long gone. But, like this guy, the Freddy Krueger. Sorry, but... And what looks to be a werewolf zombie, I'm sorry. You wouldn't catch me anywhere near any of this. Not that I'm a coward, but I'm a coward. And then these neat little tokens in the middle. Don't know what those are for yet. But, hey. That is a good use of an AA gun. Yeah. So that's all the tokens. As you can see, it is a massive amount of cardboard. And that is why this box is so heavy. But we'll break into that later. The Standees. They gave us plenty of these. If you have the Felicia Day promo, you know that they don't come with a standee, or at least the Felicia Day promo doesn't come with standees. So having extra standees is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Some more dice. Serious warning. The contents of these 9 Crossroad cards are of an adult and sometimes disturbing nature, and are intended to explore the darker side of humanity, much in the same way horror movies do. Please take extreme caution and consider all of your players before using any or all of these cards. That's interesting. I had no idea this existed. And this game's been out for a while. So, interesting. I'm not going to look into that right now, because there's tons of other cards to look at. Look at this. This is nuts. Okay. Let's get going. All right. I don't know what any of these are, but I'm sure they're part of some sort of variant, which scares me a little. Some of these I feel like are... Oh wow, no, these are double-sided. Some more exiled cards. Molt. That's never a good thing, honestly. These are the new Crossroad cards. Like I said, this is standalone, so this is what they give you for the expansion. It's pretty good size. I think this is the most important part of the game, and actually the most exciting part, because this is where you can build a story, and the games not only become less like each other, but they also form a cohesive story that each of you... Like, when I come away from a Dead of Winter game, I feel like I've seen an episode of a great zombie show. And I have a story to tell. Like, they're more like actual war stories than just telling your friends about a game that you played. So I think that's really key. And these cards are what really set that in motion. So those are the Crossroads. They call it a turret, but from what I can see, that is definitely an anti-air gun. Trench. Oh, I guess these are the locations that those markers depict. Makes sense. These are new. Based on the way that they're colored, I assume they have an interesting purpose. That's terrifying. I guess all of these are somewhat terrifying. Got some 8-bit font going there. Oh, I see. These are the encounters for the very specific zombies. So these are the hidden objectives. this is what makes these games intense, because there's no guarantee that you're going to have a betrayer in your game, but because everyone has their own secret objective that they're doing, just by trying to complete it, it makes you look like a betrayer, and that makes this game really intense. And then, of course, here's your betrayal secret objective. Same thing, but these indicate that you are, in fact, trying to be counterproductive to the colony. It's unfortunate, but that stuff kind of exists. And the characters. This is that blind guy I was talking about. They all look pretty epic. Some of the items, you can see on the bottom where you'll find these items. This isn't different at all in any way from the original game. The only difference is the type of item that you're finding here. There are going to be some similarities, obviously, like when you're finding the survivors, but for the most part there's going to be a lot of differences here. Like these things right here, you'll find these in both decks, but the food is depicted differently here, so I think that's pretty cool. Even though this is exactly like the food that you'd find in the original game. Same with the medicine, that's the same thing. This too. This is different, my bad. This is different from the original game. But yeah, so there's the items for the different areas. Nice little shotgun. Some C4, not bad. That's different. Drone. Portable barrier. This is Raxon, that makes sense. This is where you're going to find all your really great gear. That's where you get the pills too. That's crazy. Those are the items. These are the starters. This little vampiric chihuahua thing is it like a zombie? It's crazy looking. I would not eat a box of cereal with that on there. These are your typical starters. These are things that you're going to start with in every game, and not much different. Although the assault rifles... Oh yeah, police station, for sure. Looks like this police station is much better equipped than the police station from the original game. Because the original game, I remember digging through that deck to find something, but... A shiv. School. Should be a fair amount of books in here. Of course, medicine. Hospital. So this is the rest of the hospital stuff. Obviously, you're going to find a lot of medicine in there. That's pretty cool. And some steroids. That's the long winter. Oh yeah, let's not forget the horrible dice of horribleness. The only die I will ever have where I enjoy the blanks more than any other facing. The box on the interior. They do make a insert for this game by Broken Token that is specific for the long winter as opposed to the other one, because they make a Broken Token for the original as well. So if you're interested, that does exist. But that is the long winter, and I will have to eventually get into this. But that is for another time. So, if you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.